Alrighty guys, welcome back. I have a quick public service announcement for you. So, AO Racing announced that they are going to be selling the new Rexy Porsche and Spike Orca cars in their Halloween liveries. So they're both skeletons. They're going to be selling diecast and models of them. Actually, they're on pre-order right now on their website. So for the Porsche, Mini GT and TSM are going to be making those. They're going to be in 164 scale, 143, and 118 scale. And then for the Orca, Spark is going to be making those. Again, 164 scale, 143, and 118. So I don't know if these are going to be exclusive to AO Racing. We don't have any more information. All we know is that they went on pre-order on AO Racing's website. I picked up the 164s for myself. So yeah, I know that not everybody is going to follow the social media and I wanted to let you guys know now instead of waiting for the news video, because I know that these people love this stuff and it's very popular. So if you guys want to go drop a pre-order on AO Racing's website, feel free to go do so. But anyways, let's jump into it. So we're going to look at these two new BBR Ferraris today. Finally, the SF90 is here, so this is going to be a really fun one to look at. And then we'll also take a look at this 812 in gray. And it happened again. We had a ton of diecast come in. So we got the Sugiya Matsuda Collection R32. This is the number 1 version. We got both of these NSXs, Super GT NSXs. So those look pretty good. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, speaking of AO Racing, I did get this this GTD Pro Rexy in, and I was actually very lucky. I was able to snag them from a US seller for retail price. So I know that they're way above retail price now. It's really stupid, but I was able to pick that up. So I'm excited to have that. And then we also did get this BBR, the MC12. I'm sure we'll look at this soon. And the Jaguar DB5 in blue. Or not Jaguar, Aston Martin. This is the Jaguar in black with the blue stripe. So those are really cool. And then I think this is the last one I got. We got the Lotus from the Japanese Grand Prix. That one is really cool. So yeah, a nice little lot of stuff. And then of course this SF90 did come in as well. I've had that 812 for a little bit. Yeah, tons of diecast. I am drowning in it. I don't think you guys would believe the amount of stuff I have sitting here to review. It's actually kind of getting insane, but we keep chugging through it. Anyways, BBR. Love BBR. You guys know that. BBR is pretty awesome. I think for the price point, some of you guys have mentioned it. I think for the price point, I think they really should be doing brake details on their models. Because these Ferrari models are now going for $25 retail price. They used to be around 20. Prices have seemed to go up. Even on RC Mart, they're $22.50. So yeah, they're kind of expensive for not having brake details. But that's just my thoughts on it. But anyways, we'll start off with this one because we have seen this one before. The Ferrari 812 Competizione. Packaging is very nice. Really nice renders on the front. Ferrari licensing, of course. And then there's the back. Apparently there's going to be a BBR app. This is the first time I've seen it on their packaging, but yeah, they're advertising a little app they're doing. Speaking of apps, check out the Pulse Driver's website. It's probably going to be better than anything BBR is putting up, I'm sure. Not to sound conceited, but yeah. Anyways, this is BBR Ferrari number 9. It is the Grigio Competizione livery for this one, so very cool. I love the unboxing experience with these BBRs. It just feels so premium to slide that out and then the model's in there, nicely presented. And there it is. So, actually, I'm going to pull out the blue one. Oh, it's not in there. Oh, crap. It's in a display case. Hang on, let me go grab the blue one. But anyways, I wanted to grab the blue one because the blue one actually is my favorite color of this one so far. I thought the blue was really nice. Loved the metallic metal flake paint on it. But I'm curious to see how it'll stack up to this gray one back here. So let's take a look at it. First off, I really do like all the yellow accents. You guys know me. I tend to really like if the car's a dark color, I like yellow accents. Or if it's a yellow car and black accents, I always just think it looks really good. And this paint is very nice. It's like a slate gray type of metallic metal flake paint. Looks really well done. Very nice indeed. So I do like the paint a lot. Of course, there's some awesome carbon fiber detailing on this model. You've got it down here on these side skirts, and then it goes all the way around and on the rear diffuser back here. There's actually a little bit of carbon fiber in these vents behind the rear wheels as well. And then where else do we have carbon fiber? Of course, this big line on the hood. I'm assuming there's like some venting or something in here, which is maybe why that carbon is there, but it looks really cool. And then in the front, we also have it on this whole entire front lip down here. And then also in these this whole bezel that goes around these little side vents also is carbon fiber. So really nice. BBR's carbon fiber is pretty good. It's essentially just Mini GT's carbon fiber, except a little bit different depending on the model. And yeah, looks awesome. The wheels on these are great. This is one of those models that kind of does suffer from the spoke gap, meaning it does look a little bit weird without brake details in there. There's just a lot of space in between the spokes of the wheels, and like right there, you can like, and maybe I'm overplaying that a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. It just looks a little bland without the brake details, but the tires are very nice. You've got Pirelli P0 tire printing on there. And then you also have those yellow lines kind of going around the outside as well. Very cool. Ferrari badge in the center. Actually looks nice and legible for how small it is. You got your little lug details, silver wheels on this one. Very cool. Actually, more of like a gunmetal almost, because these ones on the blue one are silver and those ones are a bit darker. So probably like a gunmetal or just like a little bit darker of a silver color. But they look really nice. They match the paint very well. So yeah, and then of course you have your yellow striping going down the length of the car, and it's got a little bit of black outlining going on the outside of it. Very nice. These models do have actual like photo etched pieces for the badges. So you've got your Ferrari badge on this side, that is a separate piece. You also have the one on the front right there, the one on this side, and then the Ferrari logo on the back right there is a separate piece, as well as the Ferrari lettering right there on the top of the rear hatch. So all separate pieces. Sometimes it's a really nice thing. Like on this particular version, it looks amazing because they're all centered. They're not crooked. Everything's good. But occasionally you will get one where it's offset to the left or the right, or it's like crooked or tilted, and then it kind of like ruins the purpose of it. Oh yeah, there's also the prancing horse in the grill as well, which is a separate piece. But yeah, they all look pretty good on this one, so no complaints there. I will say it does add a lot to the look and the feel of the car to have those, but like I said, prints are more accurate as far as not being misplaced. It's a little bit harder to perfectly apply these little tiny badges to the car, so yeah, I will say. But this one does look good, but just be aware that sometimes they are going to be wonky. It's just always a problem with these 164 cars that do that. But the headlights look really good. You've got this nice acrylic piece that kind of goes down to the point. It looks very accurate to the real car. I can't see too much underneath the acrylic. I think there might be some molded black plastic detail underneath, but it's a little bit hard to see. But overall, it does look pretty nice from that front view. So yeah. And then the back view, of course, you have really nice taillights. They are done in clear acrylic with some red accenting, either like injected into them or molded into it. Look really good. They've got like the actual like space in the center of it where it is kind of hollowed out. Looks really cool. And then you have your little red painted strips down here for the auxiliary brake lights. Nothing on the license plate, but the license plate is there. And then you do have your exhaust tips on the side down here where the rear diffuser is. I wish they were done in like silver or something. It would have been nice. Were they silver on this one? No, they were black on the blue one as well. So yeah, wish it would have been done in silver, but that's okay. Rear hatch looks pretty good. You've got these little black raised up accents for where I would assume the vents are, because well, maybe there's not vents. Maybe those are just like louvers for like aerodynamics or something, because this is front engine. But yeah, back hatch looks good. You've got the little antenna piece molded in where that center yellow stripe is. Interior detail should be pretty decent on this. I can see a Ferrari logo on the steering wheel in yellow right there. I don't see any color on the seats. They look black, but Does look like there's a little bit of silver detailing in that center console as well. No rear view mirror in this one though. Wing mirrors are pretty detailed though. They are molded from plastic, so they're not going to be as flexible and malleable as the Mini GT ones, but I prefer the look of the more accurate wing mirrors as opposed to the less accurate rubber ones. And then they do have little reflective stickers in them as well. So yeah, I really like this color. It's actually, I don't know. I might have lied to one of my friends. I told him I told him before I actually reviewed this that I was pretty sure I was still going to like the blue one more, but that gray and yellow looks so clean. So I don't know. I think maybe I like them both the same. But yeah, if I can find a photo of this one, I will throw it up on screen. Sometimes these Ferrari specs are a little bit hard to find pictures of, but if I can find a gray 812 with the yellow stripe, then we will throw that up and look at it. So this is kind of like an Italian Corvette. Kind of has that like body style of like a C7 or something. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just crazy, but that's the feel I get from it. I love the 812. It's probably one of my favorite Ferraris of all time. But let's move on to the one everyone's probably more excited for, this SF90. Brand new casting. This is the first color of it. Of course, normal packaging. You've got the render on the front, the embossed BBR Models logo on the top. Then there's your licensing and all that stuff, the warnings and whatnot. And then there is the back. This is BBR Ferrari number 30. And it is the SF90 in Rosso Corsa. So this is the classic Ferrari red, which I'm sure you guys will be happy about. It's not an exclusive like the 296 was. So yeah, very good. I love opening BBRs for the first time. It's just, it just feels so good. But here's the car. So I don't know a whole lot about the SF90 except that it's obviously it was, well, is it currently, or was it their, like, not their flagship, but they're like pretty much like their so like 296 is the cheapest, then SF90, then SP3 Daytona, right? That's how it works. So I think this is like their mid-range car. Maybe not anymore because I think the new generation stuff is coming out. But yeah, SF90. I don't know too much about it, like I said. But it is a really cool car, and I'm happy to have it in the collection. It feels very solid, too. Of course, these do have metal bases. All these BBRs do. Wheels roll very, very nicely, very smoothly. Wheels on this one, interesting, like 5-spoke design. You've got like silver on the lip and part of the spoke, and then black on the actual like interior barrels and the center of the wheel. Ferrari logos look good. Very nice. You do have your Ferrari badges again on the side and on the front and on the rear. These ones so far look to be pretty good. I don't see any crazy offsets with them. One on the front is pretty nice. The one on the front is the one that gets offset the most frequently, what I've seen. The horse on the back looks good, and then the Ferrari lettering looks good as well. Maybe. Is it upside down? No, it's right side up. It's just not wanting to focus. But yeah, it looks really good. You've got carbon fiber on the side skirt down here. I wonder why there's no carbon fiber on this little black plastic vent part right there. But there is some grill mesh detail down in that vent. Here's the back view. So you do have carbon fiber on this whole rear diffuser back here, and it kind of comes up to where these auxiliary brake lights and little vents are. So that does look pretty good. Lots of mesh venting behind that as well. Exhaust tips look really cool. Is that photo etched metal? I can't tell. Those might be photo etched metal exhaust tips. They are very thick though, which might be accurate. But yeah, they look very nice. I think they're metal. I really do. I think those exhaust tips are metal, which is not something we see hardly at all from Mini GT's production. This might be actually a first example of that. So that is very cool. Taillights look really good. They are acrylic, which is always nice to see. Then you've got this little thing down here. I'm assuming there's like a little blinking LED in there. It's like the track light. There is some space between the actual wing and the rear shelf right there, so that is pretty cool. Again, the Ferrari text right there. I'm assuming this car has active aero, so the wing would come up and go down depending on speed and whatnot. But there is some nice mesh detail in there. A little window to probably peer in and see some of that engine detail, but it doesn't look like there's too much. A couple like silver things. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I'd imagine those are both the fuel doors. And it looks like there's a little tiny glass window right there. I don't know what the point of that would be, but yeah, a little glass window right there. Black roof on this one. Looks pretty good. And of course that Rosso, that Corsa Rossa paint looks... Rosso Corsa. Yeah, Rosso Corsa. Rosso Corsa looks really good. I believe it's just a matte red. I don't think there's any metal flake in there or anything, but yeah, it's just the classic Ferrari red. And then there's the front view. Headlights look really good. There's actually some LED, like little silver painted LED details in there as well, which is awesome. And then this black part that comes down is just painted, but you do have a lensed off actual headlamp, which is pretty nice looking. And then your front grille detail looks pretty good. Look how sharp that angle is on the front. Here, let me turn it this way. Look how sharp that angle is in there. That's crazy. But yeah, and then this little front lip down at the bottom is done in carbon fiber as well. So very nice. I think it looks pretty good. It looks like the interior is like a grayish blue color. There's carbon fiber on the dash. There's more carbon fiber in that little cubby right there. You've got red harnesses printed onto the seats. I see a Ferrari badge in the center console. That actually might be one of these photo etched pieces right there. And then some silver detailing. I'm sure the Ferrari logo's on the steering wheel. Yep, it is. So very nice looking interior. I'm not going to take this one apart. Maybe we will in a later SF90 video, but yeah, it looks very nice. Like the colors on it. Mini DT needs to start doing this with like everything. I think that would make their models much better. But yeah, there is the SF90. I'll throw a picture up on screen. I can absolutely find a picture of this one. And I think BBR did a pretty good job with it. Well, I should say I think Mini DT did a pretty good job with it, but also that's a little unfair because I know that these are mostly designed by BBR. They're just produced by Mini DT. So Mini DT and BBR did a good job on this casting in my opinion. But I'm not as much of a typical like Ferrari needs to be red kind of guy. I like the interesting colors on Ferraris like these two right here. So I am very curious to see some other colors of the SF90, like some reds, maybe a black, a blue, see some other cool stuff, maybe yellow. So yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you think. I think that's about it. Very nice models from BBR. I always love getting BBRs. In fact, I think I have almost every one of them. I did skip the F1 cars, and I did skip the dinner event model from, was it Malaysia Diecast Expo? I skipped the dinner event one from that, so I will never have all of them, which is fine. I don't need all of them, but I will always pick up the regular releases, whatever they release, except for the F1 stuff whenever they release them, just because I don't really care about F1. But yeah, until the next one. Here's some BBR for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.